Hello everybody, so today I'm going to show you how to change the rear brakes on Hyundai Getz. Now this is 2010 ABS model, but the rears are pretty much the same amongst most of them. So first thing you want to do is you want to jack up the car and put a stand, because the last thing you want is for your jack to collapse and then the car falls on top of you. So I have my handbrake on, alright, so I can't move that wheel, and I can do the tyre while it's lifted, but usually you'll crack the wheel nuts before you lift it. So I've already started doing it. I'm just doing a little bit of painting, but to get the process started, we'll just talk our way through it. So wheel needs to come off. I have these fancy wheel nuts. And then once you get the wheel off, you use it as your seat. Makes everything a bit easier. So you basically wheel here, put your bum, work on the car. Part 2 coming next. Okay, so now we've taken the wheel off, we can proceed to changing the pads. So you only need one tool for this. It's actually a pretty simple job. Right, is a ratchet or ratchet spanner, or just a plain spanner that's 14mm. Right, and we're going to undo 2 bolts. We're going to undo this top one and this bottom one here. Alright, so this is the main cradle that holds the piston and actually activates the pads on the rotor. So I'm going to go ahead and undo these, and then I'll show you what comes next. So I've undone those 2 bolts. Now you basically just slide this straight off. Alright, and you're going to want to compress this cylinder in. I've already done it, as you can see, because I've already started, but this is actually pretty light. I did this by hand, so you don't actually need a tool to do it, but a pair of vice grips might work, or multi grips, sorry, if you can get it around both sides to help push it in. But like I said, I did it by hand. Now this is going to blow you away how easy it is to service these cars. Alright, get a screwdriver, nice big flathead, and you basically just pop it. Alright, and then the old pad slides right out like that. That simple. And same on the other side. Alright, straight out. So now we're going to replace it with the new pads. Okay, so if you want to know what the part number is, right, I've just gone with the plain Repco pads. They're actually quite good. Part number DB1451 RCTs, so these are just the standard street ones. If you want to go the Bendix and upgrade, which basically they're the same, it'll just change the rear to GCT instead of the RCT. To install these, I've got the CRC brake caliper grease, but you can go with whatever's cheap or whatever works for you. This is just the one I have, and we're going to grease the end bits here, so this helps it slide in and out once it's in the brake. Whatever you do, don't grease the pad. That's popped out, we'll put that back in. Alright, and basically the same as taking it out, you put it in. Line it up, and then that should push straight in. Once you get it into the clip, of course. There we go. And then same with the other side. Grease up the tabs, pop it straight in. Okay, so we've got the new pads in, looking nice and shiny, nice and good. Alright, now we're going to go ahead, bolt this back on, and it should sit quite firm now that it's got the fresh pads in it. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, tighten this up, and be back soon. Alright, so finish putting your brakes on. Of course you want to put your wheels back on, then repeat on the other side. One very important step that we should make sure you do before you drive off after changing any brakes, is just to make sure you start the car. Alright. And give that pedal a few pumps, alright, because it will be a little spongy and you do need to build that pressure back up. Otherwise you're going to drive off and you're going to have no brakes. Whilst I'm here and I'm moving everything over to the other side, I would just like to thank my fan base. I know we're quite a small community, but it does get me started, and it's quite good practice, and it makes me happy sharing the knowledge I have. If you do want to know how to change the rotors, I can get another set and change them, because I did buy some but ended up getting the wrong ones. It happens. So if you do want to know how to change the rotors, just let me know and I will do a separate video on that one. Thank you for watching.